Okay, we are going to work on for Wednesday and Thursday for sure, and probably a little bit on Friday. Math page 111 is what we should be on. We should have found that in our packet. You had already worked on math page 110, so it's on the back side. And what I should have done before I had put your math in the packet was I should have labeled, and I believe Mrs. Goss as well, should have labeled each of the pairs of factors to help us out, because it's been about a month where we had done this, all of us together in class, with pairs of factors. That's what I want to go over. And so I should have labeled this with how many pairs of factors does 8 have? 2 sets. Pairs of factors that 12 has, 3 sets. We have this on our sheet, and it's important that you're following along with me so that we're all together on this, because this is going to be a sheet that's going to be turned in. So it needs to be nice, it needs to be neat, and it needs to be concise. Again, we have another set that we're going to be used as, or it's going to be used as a comparison. 12, it's got 3 sets, and then 20 as 3 sets. And I really want to go over this together. Okay, now just because you do one side of a sheet doesn't mean you can kind of cast that aside, because eventually, for the most part, we'll be completing all of these sheets. Okay, all right, so let's look, and on our sheet on page 111, they have completed number 8 for us together. And you're probably thinking, oh gosh, Mrs. Shelton, but it's important that we go over it. Okay, so I had marked, or Mrs. Goss had marked for us, that we know that 8 has 2 sets of factors. And remember that they go in sequential or numerical order. So we have the 1 times 8, and we have the 2 times 4. Those are the 2 pairs of factors for 8. And then we list them according to our number line. And I wish I had one of my number lines at home just so that we can think in our minds, okay, I know what she's saying. But we're listing them in numerical order. We've got 1. Remember, we've got our commas because they're in a series. 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so that's for 8. And we see this on our sheet as well. We see that on our sheet as well. Okay? Yes, I just showed you my answer document, but that's fine. All right, so 12, 3 sets. Okay? 3 sets or 3 pairs of factors is what that means on that. So we have the 1 times 12. We have the 2, and I underlined the 1 and the 2 and the 3 so that we know that we're going in numerical order. So the 1 times 12, we have the 2 times 6, and we have the 3 times 4. And then we know on that column where it says, what are the common factors? Well, we know that the common, not the GCF, not the greatest common factor, but we know that the common factors are 1, 2, and 4. Okay? And then we know that the greatest common factor, now again, I'm on the 8 and the 12. Okay? So they've done everything for us, and I'm glad that they did. And we know that the greatest common factor is going to be, and they've given it to us, is 4. Okay? Well, let's go down to 12 and 20, and we're going to do this together so everybody should have the same answer. We know that 12 has 3 sets. We already did those. And then 20 has 3 sets as well. Okay? And they already gave that to us. All right? So we know that we have 1 times 12. We know that we have 2 times 6. And we know that we have 3 times 4. Okay? And we know then on this, just like we had done up above, On the box where it has the common factors, we're going to write 1, 2, and 4. Okay? So that's what should be written in the common factors box. Okay? Now we're down to 3 sets and 20. And they've given it to us. We know that 1 times 20, 2 times the 10, and 4 times 5. Okay? And we know then that we're going to do 1. It needs to be in numerical order. So 1, and they've given it to us. 2, I'm going to have to squish this in. 4, 5, 10, and 20. Okay? And then they're asking us, okay, well, what are the common factors then of 12 and 20? Well, we should see 1, 2, and 4. Okay? So we're going to write in that box 1, 2, and 4. And what then is the GCF? The greatest common factor? Well, or that largest number is going to be 4. Okay? Well, I want us to get started on then the next one. Okay? Our next one, we have those 2 sets of numbers. Okay, and we're going to write those out together. We have the number 6 and 18. Now, for some reason, I failed to write the sets for you on that. Okay, we have 2 sets for 6. And we have 3 sets for 18. Okay, so let's do 6 first of all. We know that 1 times 6. And we should have the next one, 2 times 3. Okay? Right there. All right. And then we should be able to, on the factors, right there, 1, we're listing all the factors, 2, 3, and 6. Okay? Well, 18 has 3 sets. 1 times 18. Okay. Hopefully you're thinking 2 times 9. You should get this. We have 1 more. I'm hoping you already know. And 3 times 6. Okay. And then you're listing them. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Don't forget them. 6. Even if you have to cross them out after you've used them so that you know. 9, 18. Because you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now you're listing all of the common factors. Well, we see this. 1, 2, 3, and 6. Notice how I drew those lines. Okay. That makes it easier for us. So 1, 2, 3, and 6. Use those techniques if you have to. And what is the common factor then? 6, and you're writing that in the blank. Okay?